Alright, YouTube. We have the Mako War RDA from Beyond Vape. I picked this up from a local shop a little while ago. I've been playing with it, messing with it, trying to get a good use out of it before I did a review on it. Um, I got it for about $50, so I think it's about the same price that Beyond Vape sells it online. So hey, go out and support your local vape shop. Have a sit down, chill with them. But let's go ahead and get into this review. The box is typical, well, from what I can tell, typical Beyond Vape fashion. It's got the hard foam there inside. Serial numbers on the outside there, as you saw. And so inside we got our RDA. You got your chuff tip. You got the RDA fully assembled. Let's see what we else got here. We got some O-rings and I think a screw also. One extra screw. One thing I noticed though was the little alligator skin they put inside the box. I thought that was a nice little touch, just to touch things up a little bit. But you know me and my reviews, put a little work into the packaging, and I'm gonna notice it. So that's the box. We'll pack it up and put it off to the side, and we're gonna get to the RDA here in a second. Come on, hands. There you go. All right, pick up the chuff tip. There you go. So you got your Delrin chuff tip. You definitely got to like a lot of airflow if you're going to use that thing. I started to get into the chuff tip, but kind of found out that even my build is not big enough to get the use out of that thing. I threw the drip tip on there because it's got some massive airflow, as you'll see. So the drip tip that comes with it, which I like, somebody put a drip tip in it. A lot of companies are getting away from that. So it comes with a regular standard 510 drip tip. It's pretty open, pretty wide bore there, and it fits real nicely. I think I tried some other drip tips and they fit in just fine on there, no problems into that top cap piece you got. Looking at the Cyclops holes there, we'll get into that in a second. Stop waving your hands. Come on, put the drip tip down. Put it down. Yes, you see how big it is. And eventually we're going to get through this. There we go. Okay, so super tight O-ring there. This was a little bit used, but not a lot when I did this little close-up shot here. The super tight, definitely super tight when you come out of the package. They knew to be a little bit broken in, but I'm not going to complain about that one bit, because last thing you want is your top cap to just be loose and you have to try and find O-rings from other RDAs you got, or O-rings from other kits or whatever. Trying to get that so it doesn't fall off every time. Does it make it a little bit of a hassle when you're trying to use it the first week or two? Yeah, but I'm not going to complain because at least it stays on. I'd rather have a tight fit than a loose fit, and I think everybody else can agree with me on that. But so as you can see, it's got the double O-ring on the bottom there. Forgot to mention, this is all stainless steel build for the most part. Let's go ahead and move into the top cap here. It's got a Delrin insulator in there. I believe it might just slip out. It might not. I'm not really positive. I didn't try and take any utensils or tools or anything and try and pull that out of there for cleaning purposes, but it seems to be a pretty snug fit. So I don't see a reason why you'd have to take it out. The insulator works just fine. The drip tip stays pretty cool when you're using it if you have a pretty hot build in there. And it's got the little domed top area, so everything comes up and filters right towards that drip tip. So nice little extra machining there to instead of just leaving it flat up top. And what I also like is that it leaves, when you use this, it leaves a little bit more room if you have a high build or anything. Not high in ohm or resistance or anything like that, but high as far as just having your coils up a little higher and your cotton up a little higher. You're not touching the top piece there and shorten anything out. So that's one nice thing I do like about it. It keeps it up there. Let's move on. If my hands will help us here. Put it down, buddy. Put it down. Okay, well, if you're not going to put it down, I'm going to fast forward through you because it looks like I'm talking a little too much here. Okay, he's going to work with us. Oh, nope. Got to say something else. Oh, well, I will say something else since we still got it up here. The airflow adjustments are nice because it does give you the option for those of you that like to use a single coil build. You have that single coil slot. So, or you can have the dual coil. Of course, it's a competition RDA as they specify. You're going to have the big, huge, massive airflow openings there. But you do have that single coil if you want to use it. Other than that, the top piece, so we're going to talk about this little bit of cosmetic ring right here. Yep, I knew we were going to get into that. So it has a little bit of a ring up top, gives you that little kind of something to offset the top piece. And you're not focused in on the matching of the top cap and the cylinder there. So a little bit of a cosmetic or aesthetics or whatever you want to call it. It took some time. I will say that when I opened it up for the first time, unfortunately I didn't do an unboxing of this, but there was very little to none of the machine oil or anything. They cleaned it up. So as you're seeing here, we have the massive airflow on the sides. They are actually 3mm by 11mm Cyclops holes, and you got your Mako War. It's not engraving. I want to say it's laser etched on there. Laser etched. I think it's the same size and everything as the original Mako that they have. They have the Mako with a little bit of a smaller airflow, and then they have this one that comes with the chuff tip and the larger airflow for competition. But they do offer the extra. They took the extra step and put a different laser engraving on there as well to set them apart. One thing that was a little bit weird to me, and this might just be me, is this was my first RDA that has an actual little lip in there that, as you're seeing here, there's a little lip right there on the inside that sits flush on the top of the deck. So this kind of, like I said, it just might be me, and as you can see, my build's not too center on there, but some of my cotton was able to sit on the ledge there when I normally build, or when I go to push my cylinder, my top piece on, and get stuck between that lip and the top of the deck. So you got to get in there with a little tweezers, your little screwdriver, your little instrument. Make sure your cotton's not stuck between your deck and the thing there, or just don't be lazy and build like me and let your cotton sit over there. But one thing that's kind of a little bit of a tedious is that you have to get it just perfect to make it sit flush on your mod. There we go. So you don't have any gaps or anything. So let's see, what else can we talk about while I'm sitting here blabbing on with my fingers here. Looks like we got the posts that are coated in 24 karat gold. They are 2mm post holes that you'll see. The build in there doesn't come with it. That's my build. Like I said, I've been using this for a little while just so I can get a grab on things before I talked about it. So the 2mm post holes probably could be a little bit bigger now that I've played around with a couple other builds in there. As far as depending on what you're into, as far as I think those right there are 24 parallel. So you got four 24 gauge wires going through there, so they fit pretty well. I think they could have used a little bit bigger for those guys that like some Claptons or some other large diameter builds. I think you'd be really tough to get 4 22 gauge wires through there if you like building with 22 or even 20. So you could probably definitely go with a bigger hole on the posts. The screws have held tight fairly for the most part. I haven't had to mess with those. And down on the bottom there, it's also a gold-plated contact pin, although it is not adjustable. Unless you know how to get it out and adjust it, I don't. So I haven't been able to adjust it. There's no reason to. It fires just fine. It's got a protruding pin, so I haven't had any problems firing it on any type of direct to battery mods that I have. I believe I fired this off the tugboat, so that's no problem. Been fine on the tugboat mod, so I don't have any problems with that. Some people might not like it. It's not adjustable, but it's a $50 RDA and it's authentic, and the rest of it's nice. So you got to pick your battles. You do have the Beyond Vape, the engraving down there on the bottom, or etching, or whatever you want to call it. And serial number, which matches the box. What else do we have here? Oh, the juice well. The juice well is about 5 millimeters, I believe. It's a pretty deep juice well, which I like. I enjoy a deeper juice well, mainly because I'm lazy. So that I don't have to drip every hit I take. The other thing is on the insulator down there. They call it out as a PTFE insulator on the positive post, which is like a Teflon, some type of Teflon, and it's supposed to have a higher heat tolerance than Delrin. I don't know really. I haven't researched PTFE. I don't know if it's any better than the Peak insulators that I've seen on a lot of other RDAs, or if any worse. It seems to work fine. I haven't melted it, so I believe that build that I have on there now is a 0.08 G plat. So it's a pretty hot build. Well, for me. Then again, I'm still new to this, so you might just laugh at that comment, but that's fine. It works. I haven't had any problems. So while we're still messing with the out of focus video, good Lord, this is horrible. I will definitely get better at this. I'm still new to this, but I will definitely get a better camera. The camera I'm shooting on just did not want to focus. It loves that box. That box is in perfect focus, and what you want to see is not in focus. So that's just lovely. So as my fingers continue here to show you an out of focus RDA and some slanted build coils, we'll put that down there. And yep, so that's the Mako War. We're going to stop talking now, get the video over with, and hopefully enjoy the little review and close up of the Mako War.